You know what I want to do? I want to do a little segment sometime called The Best of Matt McGill.
Okay, should we get started?
Right, let's get started. Comments about McGill coming in. 5, 4, 3, 2,
That's funny.
1.
I can't wait till we can record straight to disc and go on forever.
Oh,
This is the Simply Youth Ministry Podcast.
Wait, the first email was like, hey, now, there's these things called iPods.
With Doug Fields,
Have you ever beaten me at any sport?
Mental toughness.
Matt McGill,
The hills are alive. The hills are
Josh Griffin,
That's a little Caesar haircut, right?
That haircut, it makes me want to get a $5 pizza.
and Jana Sardi.
don't you think part of that has to do with how long he's been there, though?
I don't think of that at all. Just
What?
kidding.
The show starts now.
Identify time. Stephen Hawking can't even do that.
That's funny. Hey, everybody. Doug Fields here on a very special episode. And actually, I'm joined by my lovely daughter and my oldest daughter, Tori Tasha Fields, who is a 20-year-old student at Biola University. Go Fighting Eagles. Is that what they are?
Yes,
Yes.
like this.
And she has been a guest before. And so what I told her is that we're doing the 100th episode in Columbus next week. And you're going to be there.
Uh-huh.
Are you going to be in the audience? Do you even know?
I don't even know.
Okay.
Probably.
And I said on the 99th show, because we went to a funeral today, that's why we're dressed in black, and we had to change the time of the podcast, and I sent out an email to Jana and to Matt and to Josh, and I said, hey, let's do it at a different time. None of them responded. So I'm thinking to myself, I'll get Tori, and she can help me. We'll interview people for guest hosts.
Okay.
Okay? So what I'm thinking about doing, I don't know if I'm going to do this yet, I may need to replace Matt, which I think about every week.
Matt is clearly the funniest one on the podcast. Even the intro you guys are promoting Matt.
No, we're not promoting Matt.
Yeah, you
Actually, David Moore promoted Matt. David Moore is a youth pastor who listens to the show, who creates new intros for us every week. But
that's nice.
that did have a Matt theme, and you love Matt. Matt's one of your
yeah.
favorite humans alive. My favorite story for Matt and Tori is that when you know, Matt's known you since you were born. He was there probably at the hospital when you were born. And what were you looking at my hair for?
I wasn't.
You were too.
No, I wasn't.
You looked up.
I swear I wasn't.
I didn't shower this morning.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
Did you jacuzzi, though?
A jacuzzi yesterday. So anyway, Tori has always loved Matt and sit on his lap and piggyback rides and all this stuff. When Tori got into high school as a 9th grader, Matt's the high school pastor at the time, and he comes over and there's people over and stuff, and Tori just goes and sits on him, like straddles him.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did. You're a freshman in high school, and then your mom pulls you aside afterwards and said, "Sweetheart, you're in high school. He's the high school pastor. You can't sit on his lap like that." Okay, but anyway, you get the essence of the show. It's really not a real podcast. We're not answering anybody's questions.
Great.
We're interviewing people for I need new guest hosts potentially for show 101. Andy, we're going to talk about later, but the first person that we're going to interview is Daphne. Daphne, come have a seat. Daphne is our Andy. What's your official title? She's an accountant.
She's like our finance manager.
She is our finance manager. Okay, Daphne, scoot up a little bit here. Daphne, have you ever listened to the podcast or watched the podcast?
Yeah, I heard you guys laughing upstairs.
You hear us laughing upstairs, but
Very loud.
But have you ever downloaded the podcast onto your iPod or anything like that?
Not yet.
Not yet. Not yet? Okay.
I'm sorry.
That's all right. We've had only 99 shows, and but it's like you sign the checks for all the money that goes out to pay for when Chris buys new equipment and all that. So there's money going out to the podcast, right?
Yeah, I don't sign the check. Nadine signed the check.
Nadine signs it, but you
I cut the check.
you know that we actually have a podcast,
Yes,
right?
yes,
Okay, and that youth workers listen to it.
yes.
Okay, so if I was to need a host on a scale of 1 to 10, what interest do you have in being a host with me?
Well, can I tell the truth?
Yeah, no, I want you to tell the truth. I want total
0.
zero. So not even on a 1. Didn't even hit a 1.
No.
No, okay, but let's say that you would lose your job
Oh my God.
if you didn't. Okay, like in this economy, you don't want to lose your job.
No, I don't.
No. Okay, so let's say if you were forced to be on the show.
I am, yes.
Okay, like you are right now. Okay, what do you think you could contribute to this?
I will help for the video
You'd help with the video.
yeah,
oh, okay.
yeah.
Okay.
as long I don't need to be in there.
As long okay, because you don't want to be in front of camera.
No, I don't.
Okay. What about how is your youth ministry experience?
Not much.
Not much.
Not much.
No. Do you have kids though, right?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. How old are your kids?
13 and 10.
13 and 10. So you have one teenager.
Yes.
So in some ways, you're a mom minister to a youth.
To 2 kids. Yes.
Yeah, to 2 kids. Yeah. Okay.
I try to send them to settle back so you can minister them.
Okay. Now, have you read any of my books I've ever written?
A little bit.
You have not. You haven't read a single one, have you?
Will I get fired?
No, you might get fired. No. Actually, it's better that you haven't. You haven't.
Okay.
The more you tell the truth, the better chance you have of keeping your job.
Okay, I didn't.
You haven't read anything.
A little bit.
Okay, now do you know that I have some books?
Yeah, I
like
do.
we have a warehouse out there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So like during a given day, what do you spend most of your time doing?
Exercise.
Exercise.
Exercise?
Yes.
That's what we're paying you to do downstairs?
No, I say my free time, right?
No, not your free
okay.
time. Here at Simply Youth Ministry. Like what's a typical day in Daphne? Because you were about to leave, and you leave about 2:30.
Yes.
Okay, and we saved you. We said come be the first guest. So I know you got to go.
Mm-hmm.
But what do you do during the day?
Keep the book straight.
Keep the book straight.
Yes.
Andy makes a lot of money, doesn't he?
He said that's a secret. I cannot tell.
Oh, you cannot tell.
Thank you very much.
Did you prep her beforehand?
No.
No.
We-
Okay.
Salaries are confidential.
Yeah.
Oh, salaries are confidential. Okay,
Yes.
that's from HR.
Yes.
Okay, be thinking of a question. All right, that you want to ask.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, so keep the book straight. What is the most difficult part of being the accountant at Simply Youth Ministry?
Deal with Andy.
Deal with Andy. But are you happier now that he's moved? Seriously?
No.
No.
We like to have him here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Has he ever scared you?
Oh, all the time.
Yeah.
We try to get him back too.
Yeah.
It's never happened.
Yeah.
It does.
Successfully.
I got you yesterday.
Did
You
she
did.
scare?
She got me really good yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah, she came from like under the carpet. It's a great scare.
Wow.
Yeah, strong.
Wow. Now, were you born in the United States?
No.
Where were you born?
Taiwan.
Taiwan. How long have you been speaking English?
We have English class since I was in middle school, but I never use it.
Okay. How old were you when you moved out here?
26.
26. So you've been speaking English for a long time then.
Not very long.
Well, I can understand you better than Nadim.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. All right. Well, we need to let her go. Tori, you got any questions?
I got nothing. Unless you're watching The Bachelor, then I have a bunch of questions.
Do you watch
So
The
I'm
Bachelor?
done?
Do you watch
So
The
I'm
Bachelor?
done.
Do you
No.
watch? No, you don't.
No.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you're done.
Okay,
You're done. Thank
thank
you.
you.
Thank
Bye,
you.
Daphne.
Bye.
All right. Well, that was Daphne. Daphne, how do you say your last name?
Murphy.
Murphy.
You really are.
It's a great Taiwanese name. Murphy. I was expecting like
She's married to Jed.
Jed. Yeah. Daphne, good job. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Do we have to pay her overtime for that?
Nadim.
Double. Yeah. She does the books. All right. How'd you feel about Daphne, babe?
I liked her. We'll see though. We'll
Okay.
see.
How much did you want to goof on her voice?
Yeah, but I don't know how much I can say right now. So.
Yeah, I know. Okay. And
Yep.
we're going to interview our second person person who's very influential in Tori's life. Babysat her when did you become a friend of the Fields? When you were in
8th
ninth grade? 8th grade?
Yeah.
Okay. And how old were the kids?
You were little still.
Yeah.
10?
I don't.
Well, how 8th grade would have been how old for you? I'll do the math.
I'm 4. No, she couldn't have been 10
You're
then.
29.
I'm 29 now.
So, how were you in
I would have
8th
been
grade?
13. 13.
13? So that was 16 years ago. So Tori was 4.
You were very little.
You were like our best babysitter.
I changed a lot of Cassie's diapers.
Yeah.
All of Cassie's
Not all
diapers.
of them. A lot of them.
Yeah. Did he ever touch you inappropriately?
Okay.
Oh goodness.
Okay.
Oh wow.
Is that
Right.
allowed?
Is that allowed?
No, not okay.
No, that's not allowed. That's
Oh,
why
gosh.
if we're going to find out now,
Oh,
this would be the
no.
time because Andy would lose his life, his job, everything.
Wow.
All right.
All right. Nothing. It was always a good experience.
Always good.
Yeah. What was
Always
your
good.
favorite part of him babysitting you?
I don't really remember him babysitting.
Because it just felt like family.
Yeah.
Yeah, Andy.
I
Pretty
remember when you guys were gone, he took us to our open house.
I took you guys to 2 open
Yeah.
houses 2 years in a
Open
row.
houses.
Much, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. You guys
Every
were out of
soccer
town or
game for
something?
4 years.
You didn't take her to every soccer
No.
game.
No,
He
I was at every soccer
every
game.
Yeah.
soccer
every
Oh, yeah.
weekend.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
were. Andy was amazing until he got married. Yeah.
It's amazing what that family does to you.
Yeah. You really cut into our family time. All right. Well, the second person we're going to interview, you're kind of getting the swing of thing. I know I just
Yeah,
asked you at the last
right.
minute to do this. We were driving home from the funeral, and I didn't have time to take her home, so I
Totally
said,
understand.
or back to her car where she lives in college.
Yes.
College girl, look how pretty you are.
Okay.
All right. So you get the idea of what's going on.
Yeah.
Okay, I need you
Yeah.
to be thinking of some questions as well, and just chime in.
Okay.
Just
I'm
feel
ready.
like, just like it's dinner table where you talk over me anyway.
Right.
Okay.
Perfect.
I know Julie's watching The Bachelor.
Mm-hmm.
Her status is always about it.
Mm-hmm. I can't
Status.
stand it.
On Facebook.
On Facebook, yeah.
Yeah, I thought status was like single, available, that type of thing.
I think that's another context for status.
All right, so here's the deal, Andy. Andy used to work at Simply Youth Ministry or oversee Simply Youth Ministry. He still does, but
Yeah.
he went back to the mothership, Group Publishing, and he oversees the entire youth ministry division. Is that what you oversee now? What,
Yep.
Tell us what you oversee, Andy.
Would work with the magazine,
Okay, that's Group Magazine.
Group Magazine,
Okay.
the National Youth Ministry Conference,
The National Youth Ministry Conference, which is 7
Next
days.
week.
It's a week
Yep.
from today. Okay.
all of youth ministry product that comes out of Group Publishing,
All of youth ministry product that comes out of publishing.
and then simplyyouthministry.com and youthministry.com.
Okay, but the favorite part of your job is what?
Of course, Simply Youth Ministry. It's
Simply
my
Youth
roots.
It's your
It's who I
roots.
am.
It's your bread and butter. It's what's made you rich. Because you have sold out. The only reason he moved, babe, is because he got a lot more money. Yep.
Or I moved for the house that I have double of that cost me
You know what?
$40,000
That's-
less than what I had here.
That's petty stuff. Petty.
Or it's opportunistic.
Well, nobody is never going to accuse you of being that. All right, so Andy, you're back. You came into town to scold the people that you work with.
Absolutely.
And I'm sure you gave them all kinds of crap for not selling enough, or do you want? They're not saying, would you like an extra book with that order?
Nope, my
Or
heart
how
is
about
just to serve pastors.
How about a super series with that?
Just want to make sure that the
Would you
ministry
like
coming
an-
out of this office is healthy.
Would you like an all access pass with that one book that you just bought? Because if I just have to sell you one book, I really don't make any money on that. And how
That's
can I
your
keep-
perspective on what we do here.
All right.
Youth ministry humor, right?
Yeah.
Just,
You don't get it?
well, no.
No. Okay.
We
Well,
just love pastors.
Right.
Yeah. No, Andy's accused of always kind of being the markety, salesy guy, which I'm much better him than me doing that, and that's why he's risen the corporate ladder, because this corporate ladder it simply had about 10 rungs. Now he's like at rung 2 at Group.
Yeah, I'm on a real fast track.
Yeah. Yeah. You should see his office. His
Yeah.
office is about the size of your closet at home.
Yeah, I don't even have a window.
Yeah. But anyway, he's got a big sweet house in Loveland, Colorado.
Fort Collins, Colorado.
Right in the shadow of Loveland.
Their neighboring community.
And Andy, once he left, babe, he used to be on every podcast. He would do the live show, what Chris is doing, see how Chris is interacting with
Yeah.
what we call Cyber World.
Yeah.
And right now we have 85 viewers.
And are you talking to them right now?
Yeah, I'm
Wow.
He's not really talking to them. He's IMing them.
Okay.
It's kind of this new thing you can do.
Yeah.
And so Andy used to do that, but now he's in meetings and he's all, so he's basically blown off us little people.
Right.
But Andy,
It's okay.
if you were to be one of the co-hosts of the Simply Youth Ministry podcast, what do you think you have to offer?
Well, I have plenty of youth ministry experience.
Okay, walk me through it.
Been doing 10 years of volunteer ministry.
Okay, and you've been a great volunteer.
I love
Yep.
students in
Yep.
high school ministry.
Great volunteer. My son cries himself to sleep every night since you left. But other than that, go ahead.
You're
But when you did see him last night, you were like, "Hey, tell so and so I said hi." So you were just,
super fun.
You've always been a great.
And Cody
great-
is now big enough to make me cry.
He's big, isn't he?
He's big.
Yeah, he's over 200 pounds now.
Oh.
Could kick your butt, but he wouldn't.
Yeah, and I'm
Soft.
lean too.
Yeah,
I'm just little.
He cuddled with you probably and gave you a little kiss on the cheek.
We've always had good cuddles.
He's
Not like that. Not inappropriate cuddles.
Okay. All right, I'll ask him that. So you have some youth ministry experience?
I think I definitely have more actual practical youth ministry experience than McGill does.
You think so?
Absolutely.
Why do you say that?
Well, I'm still doing youth ministry for one.
Oh, okay. So Matt's only experience, but he's kind of the future of the church. He supersedes youth ministry.
Yeah, he's bigger than that now.
Yeah. Okay. So you bring a little bit practical experience, definitely from a volunteer slant.
Yep.
Yep.
I was never homeschooled, so I'm automatically cooler than Josh.
Josh was homeschooled?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I was
What are you
homeschooled,
saying
Rachel.
about?
She's super cool too, but I have
cooler?
a sliver of coolness more.
Yeah.
Yep.
Totally
Yep.
true.
She was homeschooled for 2 years.
Mhm.
Best years of your life?
So good. So many eyebrow waxes. Yes,
Well, wasn't that a class, pedicure, manicure?
basically.
All right. And what else?
And I'm certainly funnier than Jake because I have so much good humor behind me.
Mhm.
So
I'd say so.
You would not. No. Who is one of the funnier humans alive?
Jake. Yeah. Yeah.
Jake is like Tori. Jake is comedy genius.
I saw
Although he's kind of like you when he gets on the show. He doesn't really bust it out as much.
gets all clammy.
Yeah. Are you clammy?
Yeah, my palms are sweating.
Really?
Yeah.
this is like death for me. I'm pretty much dying.
Okay. So on a scale of 1 to 10.
This is all lies.
Oh, you wouldn't want to be. So, but you do. It's not lie. Like you have all that youth ministry experience.
No, it's true.
And
I am
you-
funnier than Jake. I was
you are
never
not funnier
homeschooled,
than Jake.
and I have 10 years of youth ministry experience.
One of
but I would
those is true.
never, ever, ever want to be on the podcast.
Okay.
Ever in a million years.
Yeah. How's the podcast doing?
We still get 20,000 views a show.
20,000 views a show.
Yep.
That's a lot of views.
It's a lot of views.
Yeah. How come you should we bust out why you don't pay any of us for that? Because those 20,000 views have got to translate to something.
They translate to significant bandwidth costs
Ah, I see.
and new HD cameras and new HD microphones.
Oh, okay. So it's back to the people. The people benefit rather than, which is always how you've been taught.
Simply Youth Ministry loves the people.
That's true.
That's
true.
the value that you've taught me.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I'm pretty much bored of you already.
I would be so bored of me too.
Yeah, but you're kind of doing some of the live show.
Yep.
Okay. And we've got a couple other people around the office that I want to interview.
I love it. I think we
Okay.
should. I'd love
and then
to put
Tori's,
attention on other
Tori's
people.
roommate Delia is here, and I think I'd like to interview her.
Yeah.
Kathy, my wife, is over there, but she's got to leave. And you're the queen of the podcast, the Marriage and Family podcast, which your mom and I have done like 5 times. We just
Yeah.
don't get many questions. So Nadim, why don't you come in? Okay, Nadim Najam.
Naja?
Najam, he's Hungarian. Nadim is he's kind of like, is he now the business manager? Nadim has really worked his way up the company. When your papa left, Papa Jack retired, Nadim, I think Nadim was in his office before he even left that day. It was the body wasn't even cold.
Oh,
The
good.
cake,
Okay, too soon.
the celebration,
We're in-
the
come
celebration cake had not even been cut. Nadim was already in his office and stuff like that. Nadim, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much would you like to be on this podcast?
Now that I'm in the room, probably
Yeah.
about a 2.
A 2?
Yeah, on the way up, maybe like 7 or 8.
Yeah.
Thought it would be pretty cool. Feel like the nervous stomach going right now.
Yeah. Because you have youth ministry experience.
Yeah, it's been a little while, but yeah.
Yeah. And what is that?
I've worked with college-age kids for, gosh, probably 4 or 5 years.
Yeah. And could any of them say your last name?
No.
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 Najam.
Yeah, they had a nickname for me that I can't really repeat on air.
Oh,
but
really?
You probably have heard Andy call me that.
Nads?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, that's fine.
PG.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Works
And-
for me.
And what have you done at Simply Youth Ministry over the years?
Oh, gosh. When I first came in, started off doing inventory management.
Okay.
Probably about 9 months in, Andy came in and said, yeah, you're not good at that.
Yeah.
And he was right.
Yeah.
Wasn't a lot of fun for me. Started doing product, and I've been doing that now for, gosh, 5.5 years.
Yeah.
And
And then
just-
when Andy left and Jack passed away, what did Andy give you a raise, or did he just increase your responsibilities?
Just my responsibilities.
Yeah. Didn't you got no money off that?
I think he took it when he went to Colorado.
Well, that's no question. You didn't give him a raise.
You know, this money stuff is really uncomfortable.
You didn't give him a raise.
This position right
you
here.
gave him more responsibility without a raise.
He actually has the coolest position in the whole company now. He is
Oh.
the official youth ministry publisher.
Yeah, way
That's
to
very true.
skirt the.
Skirt
did he
what?
not? Okay, I'm serious now.
What are we skirting?
He got no raise. You got
No, I did.
Oh, okay.
I did. I was just trying
Okay.
to put it back on him.
Yeah, good. Probably knowing Andy wasn't a good one. Yeah, same guy that was squeezing me for money for years is now different.
I was
shoes.
showing
Now
Chris-
you're wearing different shoes, aren't you?
When I
there?
took Chris over to your house last night, I
Yeah.
showed him the picture of your old Tribuco Hills backyard
Yeah,
and the fence I had to sand
yeah,
and prime
yeah,
over that period.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Look where it got you.
Oh, look where it got
Yeah,
me.
a little butt kissing works, doesn't it? Butt kissing and babysitting. Nicely done.
Garage cleaning.
Yeah, Nadim, let's tell me like the worst thing Andy's ever done to you.
Oh,
And this is fair game. Honesty is real important to me right now.
I'll be very, very honest.
Okay, well, that's
Uh-oh.
what I
And-
expect.
I told you about this before.
No, and Andy and I, the entire time, and this is kind of like, I'm not gonna get choked up because I'm not that guy, but
Yeah.
it's kind of like a sentimental part of my heart
Okay.
when it comes to Andy. We've had one fight, the one for the 6 years
Pretty
that
good.
we've worked together.
Yeah,
You know, he's always been really good at calling me out on stuff and
Yeah.
vice versa.
Vice versa.
yeah.
But this fight that we had, it was pretty significant.
Yeah, it
and
was
when
bad.
when
I
I
was a
came
jerk.
in, he met me outside and just apologized right there on the spot, and we
You helped
took
me
a
with
walk around the building, and it was good.
Yeah,
But you know, for that hour of tension, it sucked.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I was a total jerk.
Look at how you hurt people.
Once in 6 years? That's nothing. You hurt me like that once a month. That's where Jake would come in.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well,
I'm kind of boring. I'm telling you.
no, you're not boring, Nadim. You're just you're just
We're not on-screen personalities.
No, it's
No.
not that. There's something different about Nadim. Nadim is like the kindest, behind the scene servant. I'm trying to get him to say bad things about you, and he won't. That's
I don't
why-
think
that's
anybody in
why-
this room could say anything bad about me.
Oh, Chris, start thinking. Start thinking, okay? Riley won't, but I bet you I could get Chris to say something.
I don't know.
But here's the deal. That's partly why you would be tough to replace McGill or Josh, because you won't say anything.
The one thing I could do
Yeah.
is keep the show going.
Yeah, how would you do that?
You know, because they're always interjecting.
Yeah.
You know, Josh is always talking about more than dodgeball.
Yeah.
Matt's in Matland.
Yeah.
You know, and you're always the one trying to go.
Yeah.
I would come alongside you in that case and just try to keep the show.
Do you think you could do a better
going.
job than me at that?
Oh, not a chance.
No,
not
just,
a chance.
You would just not be an idiot like Matt.
They'd walk all over me.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So-
Matt walks all over me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's big too.
he's rough to work with. All right, Nadim, thanks.
Of
Thanks,
course.
Tori. You got anything for him?
Got nothing.
Nothing. Nothing.
Got
All right.
nothing.
I'm getting this feeling that if you and your roommates ever wanted to do a podcast, you'd have to have something.
Well, I'd have more of a bond with a more comfort. Like here, it's just like, oh gosh, I know nothing about this youth ministry stuff.
Well, we're not really talking about youth
I
ministry, and you
know.
know a lot more than most people.
Okay.
Because here's what I'm thinking.
Mm-hmm. What do you think?
I've been trying to get Tori since she was in high school. So what have I been 3 years? Have I been saying it? 4? 3? 3 years.
3.
Her and Delia and Lindsay.
They're very funny.
When the three of them are together, it is comedic magic. And I said, you guys should do a podcast. And they're always like, that, no. Now they're all at the same college. 2 of them are in the same room. Get Lindsay down off her high horse. Come visit you guys. I think you could have a great show, but you got to contribute.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which you probably would if
Yeah.
there
If it
wasn't.
was a different setting and like
Yeah.
so many eyes on me.
Yeah. Okay.
We have 92 people watching
Yeah,
live.
that's-
92. That's a lot.
Creepy.
They're all gouging their eyes out right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, because me and Nadim are super boring.
Yeah. Well, tell me about it. I almost passed out myself. Chris, come on.
Will I have to leave my little corner?
Yeah, Chris. Chris Davis, he commutes from San Diego, California
Every day?
twice a week.
Oh.
Twice a week. Chris, we have loved Chris for many, many years. Chris was at Youth Specialties for 10 years. How long did you work?
Almost.
Yeah.
Yeah, about 8.5.
And
9.
and you need to scoot in a little bit.
Oh,
and
sorry,
Chris,
so.
Chris, for Simply Youth Ministry, tell them what you do at Simply Youth Ministry.
I manage the websites.
Okay.
So I make sure they're all up to date and put all the new content on them and fix things that
Yeah.
Andy finds that are broken.
Yeah.
And
No, it's
Yeah.
the best website.
so
It's great. You've done
We have a really good website.
Fabulous job. And Andy hired him away from Youth Specialties, and that didn't go over well.
Did
That
not
was-
go over
Yeah,
well.
that was good. That really helped our relationship.
Yeah, at all.
But how we knew Chris, the Fields family has loved Chris for many years because when we would go to the National Youth Workers Convention, little Cody would hang out with Chris, and he would,
Yep.
everybody would say, "Where's Cody? He's in the bookstore with Chris. He's in the bookstore with Chris." And now Cody's bigger than you.
Yeah,
He is.
shoot
Yeah,
finger
he's
rockets.
grown up there since he was a little boy. And
finger rockets.
but you got a lot of youth ministry experience. You're an elder at your
I
church.
do, I am. So whenever you guys are like down with elders, kill elders, I feel a little pain inside.
Yeah,
You should.
yeah.
So
And you have a lot of friends in youth ministry.
I do.
Have you been a youth ministry like volunteer at all?
I volunteer now.
Oh,
And
okay.
I worked at a church a number of years ago and have been a volunteer for like the last 10 years
Okay.
with middle school. Love junior hires.
Yeah. And on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you want to be on this show?
I'm kind of happy doing what I do.
The behind the scenes
Yeah.
stuff? Yeah.
It takes enough time.
It does. I mean, we've obviously the upgrade in quality of camera. You've noticed, Tori, haven't you? Yeah, not Kathy.
Almost.
She has no
Twice
idea.
or
No,
three
Kathy.
times.
I was gonna say Kathy.
Mm.
Yeah, because you were the second. You're the second woman I loved.
Okay.
Oh, feel the
I used
love.
to take. Those of you who are young parents. I used to take Tori to the jacuzzi when she was like 1 year old, and we just have so much fun together. And I'd get her away from Kathy, and I would come home at night to Kathy, and I would say, "I bet you this: when guys have affairs, this is what it's like, loving two women." And you go, "It feels weird." So, two girls, two different people.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah. If I died today, would you know that I loved you?
Yes.
Huh?
Stop talking about death.
We just came from a funeral.
I understand.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna die someday too. You're
I-
gonna have to deal with that.
Right. And I will sing what that lady sang.
What did she sing?
What did she sing? Something so, and she held the hymnal out like this and
Yeah.
was just
It
very
kind of
sweet.
sounded like McGill singing in the intro there.
Yeah.
Probably.
I'd like you to actually start working on a poem for me for when
Okay.
I die.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like a poem. I'd like a rap song,
Okay. Will you give me words that I have to incorporate into
and I
the
would like a
poem?
limerick.
A
That-
limerick?
Limerick and a video show.
Okay.
Video show.
Okay.
This is going well.
Oh my god.
Okay. So you're happy to do the behind the scenes
Yeah,
stuff?
I don't think Andy would give me enough time to prep for the show.
Yeah.
Because if we're going to replace
Now,
the current group,
Yeah.
you probably deserve a little bit of prep.
okay, but here's the deal that I don't really fully understand. When we get done on Thursdays,
Uh-huh.
we all leave.
Yes.
What do you do to make this show happen? Because Tori would need to know this, and Delia, if she wants to ever get the podcast up and running.
Well,
What do you do?
if, people that follow me on Twitter always see, like, on Friday I say I'm editing the podcast,
Yeah.
and people are, I've got the question, like, are you changing what's in there? It's like, no, not really.
Yeah.
I mean, I captured into the computer and add the graphics at the front and the back and fix the audio,
Okay.
because usually audio's not
Yeah.
as good as it could be.
Yeah.
So,
Mother.
Kathy, you're making too
What?
much noise.
Are you loving that?
she's loving the.
Kathy is
I think Kathy's going to take over my part of the
Kathy's
podcast.
talking with the.
Oh goodness.
And then it takes a few hours to export the show, like into all the formats we need to upload it.
Okay, and it's in iTunes.
It's in iTunes. It's in blip.tv, which is a website that people can watch it live. We put it on our blog and
Okay.
put it all over
Okay.
the internet.
Okay, we got to stop here.
sorry,
What's going on?
I'm so sorry.
Just combined, Kathy and Andy, you are now Matt McGill. Okay, right now you're
I have
taking.
not said a word.
Yeah, I know
Maybe
you're
you
laughing.
should
You're
play with-
distracting
giggling.
over
You're
there.
flirting with the
Like I didn't hear.
podcast.
Yeah, yeah. What's going
you
on?
should hear what they're saying.
What are
It's
they?
very
like-
funny.
It's like watching a slow car crash. Somebody save Doug. Is Andy crying?
Oh no.
All right.
See, this is why we're
They
all
asked if
behind
I was
the
going to give
scenes
you the
people.
shoulder touch,
Yeah.
and I did.
Oh, there you go.
Bring Delia on here.
Well, hang on a
she'll liven
second.
it
Hang
up.
on a second. So it takes a lot of
So
work
it takes
to.
a lot of time.
All right.
It's funny because when I was hired, Andy said, "Oh, you won't you won't be doing anything in the podcast.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's not in your
And
job
now you're kind of
description.
like the main
And
guy
now
to
it's
make it
like
happen.
20%
Do you?
of
Let
my
me
time.
ask you this: 20% of your time, so that
He
10
spends
hours.
a lot of time on
Okay,
podcasts.
but is it worth it? Do you?
I think so.
Yeah.
20,000 people a week watch it.
Yeah, and we
How do you know
don't get
that?
much feedback,
Stats.
right?
What if
Well,
they
you get the
accidentally-
emails.
I get the
but
emails, but they're questions. We don't.
True.
Okay. Well, that's great. I mean,
They're still watching.
you know what we say,
so-
Tori? Here's what we say: the 4
Mm-hmm.
of us, Matt, Jana, Josh, and I. We say even if people didn't listen, we would still do it because
Still
we
do
just
it.
have so much fun doing it.
Right.
Okay, Chris, thank
Yeah.
you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Riley.
I can go
Come
back
on
to
in
my
here.
little corner now.
Riley is our graphic designer, and can you tell? Have you been able to notice that I love Riley's work?
You love Riley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I love Natalie. I love Ty. I love Pat. I love all our previous graphic designers, but Riley he's got something.
Riley's strong.
He's got a look. He's got a design look. Like when he worked at Saddleback, I don't even think I noticed his stuff.
Really?
Yeah, I thought it
Flew
was.
under the radar.
I thought it was average.
Yeah.
You know, and I said, well, I've heard he's a nice guy.
He's
Hire
got
him.
great leadership over here, though.
Is that what it is?
It's got to be.
Yeah.
Totally.
All right, Riley.
I'm gonna be so much more boring than them.
Are you?
It's gonna bomb. Yeah.
Well, no. Well, the whole
Have Riley sing.
because
Yeah.
Riley can
Ooh.
sing
And he can
Riley
dance.
Can
Cool,
sing.
dude.
Yeah, Riley. And Riley's single,
Dude.
and the other ones have been married. Tori, do you think Riley's attractive?
Okay.
Huh? Look at him. Just come on, you guys are both single. Huh?
This is really awkward.
Can you make eye contact?
Just on a
No.
scale of 1 to 10, whisper to me.
You've got to be kidding
Whisper to me.
me right
Come on,
now.
hurry.
You've got to be
Hurry.
kidding me.
Hurry.
No.
Oh my
No.
Okay. He's way too old. You're 20. He's like,
Yeah,
what are
I
you?
understand.
27.
I just turned 27.
27. That's too old. I would never even allow. But you could say whether he's cute or not. You think he's cute, don't you?
Riley, you're attractive.
There it is.
Thank you.
There's
There you
it.
go.
All right, Delia. Did you just hear your roommate?
Oh, God.
She said, Riley, you're attractive. Oh, really? Do you, Delia, you think he's a 10? Huh? Riley, you.
This is so awkward.
Riley,
Speaking of, where's Waldo?
Riley, you come to us from Oklahoma City,
No, from Texas.
Texas. Your parents. You listen to this. Your parents own a farm.
Or a feed yard, yeah.
Or a feed yard.
And we
feed
farm,
yard.
yeah.
Yeah, you fart. You're a farter and a feed yarder, and you grew up kind of milking cows. Did you milk them?
No, I didn't milk them.
You didn't milk
I mean,
them.
they're beef cows. So
They're beef cows,
they-
so you would feed them.
yeah, you feed them.
That's why it's called a feed yard.
feed yard.
And then you'd sell the cows. They'd get slaughtered,
Uh-huh.
and we would have our steak.
You have your steak.
All right. Then you went away to Oklahoma,
I went to OU.
OU,
Mm-hmm.
mastered in graphic design.
Yeah, I got my degree in advertising.
Okay.
And
You
then
worked at a church
worked at church in Norman.
in Norman, Oklahoma.
Then moved to Virginia.
Okay.
And then moved to California.
All right. And then you moved to California to work the college ministry at Saddleback Church.
Right.
Did that for a couple years now.
Mhm.
When you moved there, you were like 24, 25,
Yeah, 24.
24. Now, how did that work with the college? Did a lot of girls think you were cute? Are you leaving, baby?
I have to go incognito.
You are incognito. You're hot.
Oh my gosh.
You can really take my place. I think
Yeah.
you can interview
I have
Kat.
to go. Bye.
Bye, baby.
Bye,
See
Kat.
you
Bye,
in a little bit.
Mom.
I say your mom's hot all the time, don't
Yes, you do.
I? Yeah. I also make sex comments, don't I?
Yes, you do.
Does that kind of embarrass you sometimes? I love doing it when your friends are over. That's my favorite. Like, Dory will have a bunch of her college roommates over and say, like, hey, you guys, we're going to bed. We got to go upstairs and have sex. And you just see them, they like, bam, they're so hot. Oh, gosh. All right. Anyway, Riley, on a scale of 1 to 10, okay, how attractive do you think Tori is?
Okay.
No. Just kidding. How would you like to be on the show? 1 through 10. What do you think?
Like, I'm below Daphne.
Below Daphne?
Yeah.
You actually kind of talk slower than Daphne. You kind of talk like, gotta finish this sandwich. You know,
It's
Are
the
you a
Texas
little
in me.
nervous?
I'm super nervous.
Are you super nervous?
Yeah.
That is awesome. I am loving this.
You are the
It's just
you are
so
deaf
Yeah,
to all of
he's-
us right
it
now.
is.
What?
Oh.
You are deaf.
No, the show is death. I'm trying to save it here. Okay, so Riley, below Daphne. Below Daphne.
Below,
Well, let me just say,
negative 2.
any Simply Youth Ministry friends
Oh,
that we
gosh.
have, any newsletter, Last night we were all at dinner last night, and I was just when I'm bragging on. I've always bragged on. I've sent more when I get newsletters. I send them to Andy. Go, this is great. This was genius. This was funny. This is
Always.
great. Riley
Very
is
frequently.
really, 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 really talented. All right, enough for Riley.
Sweet.
I'm done.
I'm done.
All right.
I'm done.
Once you said below Daphne, I wasn't interested anymore. I would take Daphne just for her to make comments every once in a while. Wouldn't that be great?
Yeah, she was good.
I know. Okay, Delia. Then we're gonna go to the
Delia.
live show.
Delia.
You wanna
Here's the
start
deal.
giving me phone
Delia.
numbers?
Yes.
We're gonna go to the live show, and we're gonna find out some people in the live show want to be on potential guest hosts. But in the meantime, we're gonna interview Delia. Delia is like, to me, is a stepdaughter without the divorce involved. Delia has lived much of her house at my life.
Most of my
Much
house
of her life at my house is Tori's best friend.
How's that?
That's fine. Leave it
Is
alone.
that good? Is
No,
this
you're
good?
Rachel,
Perfect.
you're Rachel
It's-
Link right now.
Oh no!
No.
Oh shoot! I just peed a little. I have to go.
Delia.
Yeah,
Delia.
Well, you gotta get
Yes,
Johnny
sir.
here. Do not. You just called him sir.
Where's Nadim?
Can I
We-
say something?
Say
I have
it.
something to say.
Okay, what do you say? Something?
Appropriate.
I've been reading. Well, yeah, I've been reading the comments that people can type in.
Yeah.
Loosen up, you guys. Okay.
What would loosen up?
Seriously.
Why?
I mean, they're just Pastor Rob. Somebody
Yeah,
is just
he's brutal,
killing it
huh?
over there.
Yeah.
Yep.
What's he saying?
He's just rude.
Is he?
Mm-hmm.
No, he's just like, what did he say? It was kind of, okay, Rob, you're kind of funny. It was like, Doug shouldn't attend funerals before podcasts. It puts him in a weird mood.
Yeah. See, here's the deal.
That kind of stuff.
Here's the deal, Delia.
on?
What you'll find when you
Yeah.
guys eventually do your podcast is that when your humor is high, everybody else thinks they're going to be funny. It's
Yeah.
like they just.
Okay.
Tell him what you said today at the breakfast table
What'd you say?
in the calf. She was bored.
Oh,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Tori and I have Spanish together.
Okay.
And so a thing that's been going through Facebook right now is you type out 25 things about yourself.
Yeah.
Anything.
25 random things.
25
Yeah.
random things, anything. So I refuse to do it because
Mhm.
I don't want everybody to know all that,
All your friends.
all my everything.
Okay.
So we were in Spanish and it was Sing Song Friday in Spanish and I said, no, I don't care about that. So I was writing out 25 things about me and one of them was, what was it? I can't stand people that have,
I despise.
I despise people that have the nerve to think that they're funny when they're not.
Okay.
It got me really good.
That was good.
Yeah.
That was good.
Solid.
Do you think Tori's funny?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Is she funnier than Lindsay?
Different.
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 Completely
Yeah.
different.
Do you think you're funny, Day?
Yeah.
Yeah. Day's very funny.
She's great.
Yeah. Do you think Andy's funny?
Mm-mm. Be
Delia?
honest.
Delia thinks
Funny.
I'm funny.
Yeah, I think you're
Yeah,
funny.
because we text each other a lot, and that is part of the bit is to try to get. Sometimes will text Delia, and I think to myself, I know that made her laugh. Okay, Delia. So
I love
far,
it.
of
Yeah.
everybody that I've interviewed, who do you think would be a good co-host with me?
Nadine.
Riley 'cause
he's
cute?
Daphne, Riley. Andy because he's got cool sweaters.
What's her name?
Mulan.
Yeah, what's her name?
Daphne.
Daphne. There we go, Daphne.
Okay.
Yeah, I liked her. She was very fun.
Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna call some of the people in the live show.
Yeah,
Okay.
but we
Okay.
need that mic, or you
Oh,
can
you
use
need
my
me?
mic actually.
Yeah, we
'cause
don't
Dahlia
need-
probably would have more value than me.
Absolutely,
Let's
she
do
would.
this.
Probably
Yeah, there's-
true. Okay.
Okay. And so we're gonna talk to some people in the live audience.
Here it comes.
Do I
But you need to get that on, sweetheart.
You
Oh.
need your mic on.
Yeah.
Because I'm here. I stole mine.
All right, who do we got? What's going on?
Hello,
You
Matt
got-
Murphy from Denver Seminary.
Matt Murphy. We took a question from you last week, Matt.
Yes.
All right.
What's up, Matt?
First of all, Matt, what besides episode 99, what have you thought of the first 98 episodes?
Oh, I've loved them. They're great.
All right.
Who's your favorite, Matt?
My favorite. Wow.
Oh, you know you have a
I'm
favorite.
partial to Matt because we share the same name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Josh is also great. So depending what mood I'm in, one of them always gets me laughing. So.
Matt has been very critical of this episode though on a live chat.
Yeah.
McGill?
No.
Matt
This
Murphy.
is he?
Okay.
Miguel.
Oh, Matt Murphy. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, part of this episode, we're not saying this is the best. We're trying to find. This isn't a real youth ministry episode. This is, I need some alternatives for episode 101 and on. So
the revamp.
Yeah, Matt, what would you have to offer?
What do I have to offer?
Yeah.
I have a good wit and
A good whip?
A good wit?
wit.
Wit.
Well,
Oh,
okay.
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 And when are you going to start displaying that?
I don't know. I generally, people with good wits need material to work off of. So.
Is that right?
Okay, that was
False.
rude.
Why is that false,
No.
sorry?
If you have good wit, you can do it in any situation, buddy.
situation.
Matt, buddy friend Matt, buddy
Matt,
pal.
are we going to see you at the conference next week?
No, I'm going to be at Purpose Driven Youth Ministry.
I like you already. That's awesome. That is awesome. Well, see, then we need to give some opportunities for that wit to shine. And maybe we're thinking about opening the Fields home for a little Survivor in the Office during the PDYM conference. Hey, I got a text from Cammie. It said if people want to go to Columbus next week and they're within driving distance, they can do some half-price stuff. They can't do the whole thing, but they can do some like pre-conference and other things. If you're in the driving distance to Columbus, KGILMOUR at group.com. Send Cammie an email and she will let you know what's going on. KGILMOUR, K Gilmore. So Matt, what do you think our podcast is lacking? When I say ours, I mean not this one, but with Matt and Josh and Jana.
I really can't think of anything lacking. I think I'm a seminary student, so I'm going to go with theology and just go off the wall there.
I'm in theology 1.
That's good wit.
That was off the wall. Look at Andy being funny. That is the first, ladies
when
and
you
gentlemen.
don't have a mic.
He just passed Jana. All right. That's great. Any other questions for Matt?
Nope.
Okay. Matt, where are you in your MDiv program?
Yes.
Yeah. And what theology, Bible, hermeneutics? What are you doing?
I am doing Greek interpretation now of James, which is fun.
Sorry, what?
Yeah, that's
interpretation of James.
Oh, I was gonna say it sounded like a robot here. All right, let's put Matt on hold.
We can't put Matt on hold.
Well, what I sent, that's what I wanted to do.
Bye, Matt.
Yeah,
See you, Matt.
Andy, come on, you gotta be sharper than that.
Sorry, my bad.
All right, who do we got now?
We got Eric coming.
Eric
Give us a girl.
coming. Eric, is that his last name?
Eric with hack.
Oh.
Eric with hack.
With a K. Eric with a K.
Hello.
Eric
Yeah,
with a K.
okay.
Yo, Eric.
What's up, guys?
Hey,
I like him.
Eric,
How's it going?
where are you from?
I'm in Oregon.
Oregon.
right now.
So you're on the
Wow.
same time zone. So if we had you as a co-host, we could just let you know like an hour heads up, and you could Skype in, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. What role do you play at your church?
I'm actually at our district office working with youth pastors.
Oh, okay. What kind of denomination?
It's Christian Missionary Alliance.
Ooh, nice.
CMA. Okay. Is there dancing allowed?
CMA.
Is there dancing allowed?
On the West Coast, I think there is, but I don't want to officially say anything.
Okay. Snake handling?
I have handled a snake, but I don't prefer it.
Okay. Hey, Eric, are you a regular podcast listener?
He is.
I am.
Okay. And what does Matt and me and Josh and Jane/Jana, what do we lack that you could really add?
That's a great question. I think I would add in some of the humor stuff there and add some. I don't know if I'm going to fill anything that you're lacking, but I think I'm going to build maybe perhaps what you guys have.
Yeah.
Build on what you have.
Yeah. Build. Because that's really the easiest. That's the easiest type of humor, to build on somebody else's stuff.
It is, because you really need to feed off each other, I think.
Yeah. Do you think that the four of us have decent chemistry?
I do.
Yeah.
I think you guys have great chemistry.
Yeah. Jana.
Even you bring Matt into the picture, and there's that sharp sarcasm piece,
Yeah.
which I think makes part of the chemistry in there good. You guys have the whole sarcasm back and forth is fun too. But you guys have good chemistry.
Does Jana disappoint you sometimes?
Let's be honest.
What's his name?
Yeah.
Eric?
I don't want to answer that question.
Eric with a K.
Eric with a K. Yeah, that's okay. How do you? What is your sense the kind of person Andy is?
Andy is a behind-the-scenes guy. I think he loves life and loves to attack it because he's a biker, right? You're a biker, right, Andy?
Right, Eric with
Yeah.
K.
And I think that's you know, he likes to be out in the outdoors, but likes to be behind the scenes.
And you know why he likes to be out in the outdoors, Eric? Have you heard the story? Because
I might have missed that.
any type of team sport he failed at. And so, like, when he was growing up in high school, we'd play basketball one-on-one, I'd beat him. We'd go running, I'd beat him. And I think it's just that older figure, when your older figure is kicking your butt all the time, you go, you know what, I'm going to just do extreme stuff. And that's kind of when you took up,
What was your marathon time last year?
I don't know, is that when you left me?
4:31.
When you left me, when I stopped at the side of the road to give that woman CPR and you took off. So, all right. Well, Eric, I think so far, like if I had to judge between you and Matt Murphy, I would choose you only because Matt's in seminary and that's usually not funny. But we're gonna put you on hold for just a second.
Later, buddy. Woo!
There you go.
Mark
Nice.
Eads coming up.
Mark Eads.
Mark. Oh, we're calling him?
How many do we have in the
We got as
pipeline?
many as you want.
Really?
Yep.
Mark.
Go.
Really?
Yeah.
Should I prank call him?
Hey, it's Mark.
Mark Eads, Doug Fields here with Delia. Tori, my daughter's running to the bathroom. She's got to pee so bad. So it's just the three of us. We don't really consider Andy a human right now. Where are
That's
you?
all right. My wife was just on the line. That's the reason why I had to hang up on her to get back on the podcast, so I feel kind of bad right now.
Hey, Mark, I just want to let you know, because of that response right there, you moved to first place. Just
thanks.
just that response right now. So far, you just knocked Eric, the CMA district snake handler, out. And Mark,
Sorry, Eric, apologize.
where are you located?
I'm from Cedar Rapids, Iowa, the flood little city.
Okay, and are you a youth pastor there?
Yep, I'm the middle school youth pastor at the New Covenant Bible Church here.
Oh, okay,
He's
great.
got a great blog.
You guys have a great blog.
Yep.
Let's give a little shout out. What is it?
I don't know what the actual URL is.
Well, why don't we ask him?
What is your URL?
Middleschoolguide.com.
What is it?
Middleschoolguide.com.
Middleschoolguy.com. Okay, we'll have to check that out. Mark, what do you think that you would contribute to the show? Like if Matt and Jana and Josh were listening to this once it gets posted, what weakness do we have, and how could you fill that?
You guys just don't have me.
Is that what it is?
No, there's a whole bunch of different things that any person could add to a podcast. A lot of thoughts I was having was maybe putting in a little bit more about the difference between younger adolescents and middle adolescents and older adolescents and how you approach different things.
Okay. No, that's totally significant, because I talked to Kurt about, I'm messing around with the idea of show 101 and following being different. Talked to Kurt about maybe Kurt and I doing something. So that's
fun.
interesting there, Mark. Are we going to see you at PDYM or at the National Youth Worker Convention next week?
Actually, budget cuts. I was planning, and then budget cuts hit us, and so I'm not able to go this year.
Okay. Well, Mark, that sent you back to number 2. Eric's now ahead.
Blame budget for that, not me.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm just kidding. Hey, Mark, thank you, and we're going to put you on hold, and we're going to get to... That's one of my favorite bits. Like when I'm talking to somebody on the phone, I'll say, hey, hang on just a second. Click, Delia.
Hang up.
It's a good bit. Have I ever done that to you?
Nope.
Nope.
This is Tim Tam.
Tim Tam. I recognize that screen
He's
name.
from Canada.
Tim?
Oh, that's good. Let's get a little international love
Who's
here.
that?
International flavor.
Hello.
Tim Tam.
What's up?
Hey, Tim, you're from Canada?
My name is Mark.
Oh,
Oh,
Great.
was he really on
Oh,
hold?
wrong one. This is Mark Cox. What's up?
Mark.
Hey,
I got excited.
Mark, if you could see my face, I have this face. Andy's seen that face a bunch of times, haven't you?
You can't see your face.
You can. What's the look that I gave?
You're a.
I totally wish I could just be video chatting Miss Dealin because I'm totally missing out. I got a clue what's going on.
Yeah, well, Andy
okay.
Andy told me it was a guy named Tim Tam, and so I was all excited for a Canadian, and then you pop in, and Andy obviously made a mistake there. Mark, where are you from?
I'm from Little Rock, Arkansas.
Oh,
Whoa.
okay. Are you a big Bill Clinton fan?
Sorry, what?
Are you a big Bill Clinton fan?
That would be a no.
No.
And not many people down here are either. So.
Really? Why is that? Isn't he a strong? Isn't he a strong
you know,
believer?
they got Stance's Clinton country, and I don't think they're really ready for that. This is prime Bible Belt area.
Yeah.
And I don't think they were a fan.
Yeah, interesting. Hey, Mark, what kind of church are you at?
I'm at a Southern Baptist church.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, then I'll talk a little slower so you can understand everything.
That's fair.
All right.
Easy money.
Yeah,
Easy.
you just moved first place because you laughed at that lame joke. Mark, what you've heard the show or seen the show with me and Matt and Josh and Jana. What is our weakness that you could fill in the gap there?
I'm gonna go ahead and speak for the rest of podcast country.
Okay.
And say, don't change a darn thing. We love it, and there's a reason we tune in every week. There's a reason we've been watching for 100 episodes, and I think it's pretty exciting to bring in guest speakers every once in a while. But I've been reading your books. I read Josh's blog. I read Matt's blog. Jana evens you guys all out.
You know what, Jana's Capricorn. You could read her sign. Hey, Mark, when you say there's a reason that you guys tune in every week, help me understand what that is. Because even though we would still do this if nobody listened, each week when we're done, and I'm not making this up, each week when we're done, I have so much fun with my friends, but I say, why would anybody listen to that? What is it?
Well, from my perspective, and I'm a lonely youth guy. I'm the only guy at my church. And I'd probably say a lot of the people just talking to the live show are also doing that. I mean, it's a community that we're a part of. It's people that deal with the same problems. It's people that think the same things. And it honestly, probably the very base thing about it all is that it reminds us why we love students, especially after Wednesday night when it might not all have gone well.
Yeah.
So. It's just a very healthy discipline, but it's not anything I have to discipline myself to do. It's absolutely one of the highlights of my week.
Oh, that's good. And we need to just savor that little soundbite right there, Andy. Chris, can we record that?
It is recorded.
All right, now we need to save it though. I know we record everything. Can we save that? Hey, Mark, I gotta go to another caller, but
Tim Tam.
You know what? I wanted to ask him something.
You were closing, and
No,
that
I
was
was
your
gonna-
segue to the gong.
No, you cut him off. Okay, I want to. First of all, let's go on
Hello,
record
Tim
by
Tam?
telling Mark that I did not want him hung up on. Mark from Southern Baptist, Little Rock, Arkansas. I did not want him hung up on.
Mark was sweet.
Is this Tim Tam?
Yeah, it is.
Tim Tam. Hey, Tim. Doug Fields here with Tori Fields and
Hi.
Delia Baltera.
How's it going?
Hey, good. Hey, let me ask you a question. When you're in Canada, do Andy's ears look larger?
Proportionally.
Well, I think the distance we have larger satellites here, and we have less to compare it to.
That's true. Hey, Tim Tam, let me ask you a question. How did you feel about the President of the United States being in your little country filled with French people?
Totally indifferent.
Really? Totally indifferent?
Well, I totally watch the news and stuff, but what do you do, right?
Yeah. What do you do? What side of the coast are you on in Canada?
We're in Vancouver on the west coast.
On the west coast. Okay. Can you girls hear it? Vancouver on the west coast.
Oh.
Hey, I would like
Irish.
I would like you to say,
Vancouver.
Andy, just because you're wearing green and stupid.
Stupid.
Hey, Tim, I would like you to use a sentence, and I want you to use about and boat and roof in it.
Oh man, that's no fair because I actually try not to say a boat or however West Canadians are supposed to say it.
Okay, just give me a sentence.
I was walking about the boat, and then I slipped on the roof.
All right.
How's that work?
That was
Subpar.
very American.
Subpar.
Hey, Tim, I'm asking everybody the same question, like with Josh and Matt and Jana and myself.
Yeah.
What do we lack that you could add if we Skyped you in?
Whew. Gray hair.
Gray hair. Are you older?
No, man, I'm 30, but I got the gray hair.
Oh, wow. Hey, do you think Riley's attractive?
Come on, he is. Everybody
That
knows
man is
it.
hot.
Huh? Are you single or married?
I'm married.
Married, okay. Riley's single. So gray hair. Anything else you could add in?
I got a pretty good laugh, I suppose.
Yeah. Are you easy to make laugh? What value do
Yes.
you put on laughter?
High.
High value.
Definite high.
Like,
yeah.
give me your favorite show, the comedy show that's on right now.
I don't know, man. I'm not home at night very often.
Oh, wrong answer.
Okay.
30 Rock.
Chuck. How about Chuck?
Chuck.
That gives me a good laugh.
Yeah, that's not even top 10. But you know what? Canadian humor is very different because of the French you guys speak.
Yeah, I think
French
we're
Irish.
smarter.
Tim, do you ever write in questions?
I haven't any questions. No.
No. How many
Okay.
shows, episodes have you seen?
Most of them.
Most of
I
them
think
you
I
haven't.
started at like 10.
You haven't taken the time to write to us.
That's
well,
really nice.
You answer all my
Love you, Tim.
questions before I can ask them.
Okay, he just kissed butt. Just moved to the front of the class.
Solid,
Yeah.
solid.
that was-
Right
Here we
on.
go,
that's
Tim.
You're number one. Hey Tim, let me.
one's next
Why
to
do you listen to the show? Give me a reason why you listen.
Totally, because I relate with stuff that's going on. You know, it was funny. I was listening. My wife and I listened to the marriage podcast at one point, where Kathy said something about having not showered in 3 days and worried that you're not going to like her. And my wife's like, "That's me. She's living my life." It was so encouraging for her. So we enjoy this stuff. Man.
Oh,
very
that's good.
sweet.
That's good. See, here's the deal, Tim. Is Kathy and I would do more podcasts, but nobody sends in questions, and
Oh.
so Kathy is this wealth of caring knowledge, isn't she, Tor? Has she done a
Fountain.
great job? Like I just found out recently that Tori doesn't have a favorite, which kind of disappointed me a little bit. But it shows how good of a mom Kathy is, because I
that's
thought I
good.
was the favorite, which kind of hurt a little bit because
You've
my
And
always
that's
been
a lot
more
to
of a
live up
daddy's
to.
boy, though. Daddy's girl.
Daddy's boy?
yeah, but
I'm about
see,
to
but
jump
see,
over this
Tori,
table.
Tori, I thought Tori would go me.
That's what I'm saying.
And I thought Cody would go me.
And
Cassie,
Cassie
not a
goes
chance.
mom.
Not a chance. Go me.
Yeah.
She'd
You're
go.
lucky if you're on the love list.
I'm
Yeah.
hoping when she gets to high school I will. Hey, Tim, hang on just a second because we've got Brock on the phone. We have anybody outside of the United States besides Tim?
That's all you get, man.
I
Your
like
tape's
Tim.
running out.
We're running out of time?
Yep.
Nobody else? Nobody's just begging to get on, or we
I,
just
I told them we couldn't take any more. We have 2
Ah.
minutes of tape left.
we have 2 minutes of tape left. Delia,
Yeah,
why don't you share your testimony?
I can't do that.
Why is
I
that?
can't do that because we only have 2 minutes.
Okay, you can't summarize it.
Can't summarize.
Okay.
Not unless I do it in Spanish, but that
Can you do?
it would just be messy.
Can you bring a close in Spanish? Can you say? Can you say to Jana and Matt and Josh, based on what people are saying, they don't want them to leave and have a happy 100th episode? Oh wait, forget it. I don't care about you saying it. We need you all by Wednesdays when I leave. I need. What are the 100 reasons people have? What have you learned from the podcast? What do you like about the podcast? Because on our 100th show, and we have a T-shirt, right, Riley?
It's a good
I'm
shirt.
very excited to see it.
Right.
On our 100th show,
Jen.
you know what I'm most excited about? I'm most excited to wear it where Josh and Jana and Matt don't have one. Okay, I'm very excited about that. Is I need you to send in to podcast at Simply Youth Ministry what you've learned from the show or what you like about the show, and then I'm going to read all 100 of them on the show, okay?
Wow.
Ladies,
That'll
I would
be-
love for you to be my co-hosts, but because you are pursuing a higher education
Mhm.
at the Lord's University,
Mhm.
also called Biola, Bible Institute of Los Angeles.
Mhm.
I cannot make an offer to you as much as I would like to have you here, but I think you should start a show in your dorm room.
We will.
And I would listen to it, and I would get some youth ministry friends to listen to it. But
That
it
sounds
better
great.
not suck.
It would never.
You could take 4 or 5 until you kind of get up to speed.
Yeah.
And then, okay.
Yeah.
Then I'll start telling people about it.
Great.
All right. Love you, girls.
Love you.
Andy, you're average. Just kidding. I love you. It's nice to have you back. Okay, we done?
Done.
All right. Episode 100 coming up.
If you make it there.